Miriadon is back, and this just might be my favorite deck of our current format. Today we are taking a look at the Joltik Box deck, the new Miriadon, Pika, Joltik, Pikadon. There's a lot of names, especially like the actual Pokemon company calls it. For the most part, this is referred to as the Joltik Box. As a reminder, a box deck is basically shorthand for a toolbox. There are a lot of attackers, there are a lot of options, and it depends on your matchup on what path you are going to take for victory. Most recently, we had the Milwaukee Regional where Alex Chandler was able to pilot the Joltik Box to 3rd place. It also had some Day 2 finishes at 19th place, at 43rd, 57th, 60th, 63rd. You can see a theme. It does well to get there, most notably in the Milwaukee Regional, where Raging Bolt did reign supreme, and there was a lot of Bolt throughout Milwaukee, which is one of Joltik's worst matchups. May have been why it ended up underperforming there and not getting more top finishes, as well as just Dragapult just continues to be the best deck. But I still really like this deck. It's a lot of fun, and as someone who played Miriadon a ton pre-rotation, I could not play it. So let's run through the Pokemon, the supporters, the items, and then let's play some games. Obviously, our first card is going to be the Joltik. With their Jolting charge ability for any energy, you search your deck for 2 basic grass and 2 basic electric, and you can attach them to your board however you want. All onto Joltik, all onto one Pokemon, spread across 4 different Pokemon. However you want to attach this energy to your Pokemon, you can attach it. We play 2 of those paired with our Miriadon EXs, mostly for the tandem unit ability to actually search through and set up our bench with electric Pokemon, potentially grabbing a Joltik and another electric Pokemon that we're going to set up. Miriadon is also able to do 220 damage for 3 energy, so it is a potential late game option, although we're very rarely going to be attacking with it. More likely than not, we are going to be setting up the Pikachu EX. This is a great Pokemon thanks to its Resolute Heart ability, meaning it cannot be one-shot. No matter how much damage is dealt to it, it will heal down to 190 damage dealt with 10 damage left. There are ways around this, such as Pokemon that can deal burn damage, meaning during checkup you get damaged, or if you're poisoned and damage is dealt during checkup, you will still die. The Topaz Bolt ability is our main attack here, 300 damage. You discard 3 energy from the Pokemon. We need Grass, Electric, and Metal energy, which pairs nicely with Joltik being able to set up that energy. We can also add more energy. It's not discard all energy, it's only discard 3 energy, so the more energy on Pikachu the better. Just be mindful, if Pikachu dies, that energy goes with it. Next up, we have Iron Hands EX. For 4 energy, we can amp you very much, which is 120 damage, but allows us to take an additional prize card. This can be very helpful in our Pult matchups, in our Gardevoir matchups, anything where they are playing a low HP basic Pokemon. We can take 2 prizes, even though it is just a single prizer, or even potentially pair this up against a Squawk ability to take 3 prizes, or clean up someone else. It is a lot of energy to dedicate to a Pokemon, and it would take all the 4 energy from a Jolting charge, but it might be worth it. Our only evolution in this deck is the Baby Galvantula with the Compound Eyes ability. As long as it has a Grass and an Electric energy attached to it, if it is attacking a Pokemon with an ability, it does 180 damage. Since it is also Grass type, it does hit for weakness against some of those Dark types, most notably Charizard and Zoroark, which allows Galvantula to one-shot a fully HP'd and take 2 prize cards, only leaving a 1 prize out there. There are some people who want to bring in the Galvantula EX due to the fact that for only 2 energy, it can attack for, I think it's 220 damage against an EX Pokemon, but then you're leaving another 2 prize liability out there, and I think there are some better options. I don't think Galvantula EX is a terrible option, I just don't know if it's the #1 option to slide in, but there is definitely some testing that could be done. Next up, we got our supporter Pokemon, such as Latias EX for that Skyliner ability to swap out our basic Pokemon. All of our Pokemon are basic except for that Galvantula, so we can just free retreat all day. We've also got Mew EX for Restart. If we get our hand down low enough, we can draw 2 additional cards, as well as Genome Hacking. Immediately put 3 energy on there from the Joltik, and we can genome hack whatever our attacker, the attacker on the opposite end, we can use their attacks to hit with a Dragapult, dropping, 200 and spreading damage. It depends. Not often going to be used, but is a very good backup option. Our final supporter is the Pheasantipity EX. To flip the script if we've been knocked out, we can draw 3 cards. For our end-of-game cleanup, we've got Bloodmoon Ursaluna. With their ability, the more prize cards our opponent has taken, less energy we need, so we can hit for 240 for some cleanups. We also have Lily's Clefairy, which will come up in certain matchups, most notably Dragapult and potentially Raging Bolt for that Full Moon Rondo. It is still helpful even in some other matchups, such as like Joltik Box, where they're using Area Zero to put a lot of Pokemon down. For only 2 energy, we can hit for a lot of damage. We do have a lot less HP, so it's not something we're going to be using all the time. We also have the Iron Leaves EX. This is a Pokemon that is very situational, but due to its ability, when you play it down, using the ability, as long as you're playing it from your hand, not from like a nest ball to your bench, you can immediately pop it up into the active and pull as much energy from your Pokemon to it, allowing for a quick power-up in case you've been stuck due to a Maractus's counter, which is keeping you from swapping out, or as well as even a Sob. You're able to immediately swap in and immediately get to work. Corner is Maractus's attack, not counter. Corner. And for our final Pokemon, we have the Genesect with the Ace Nullifier ability. As long as there is a tool attached to it, our opponent cannot use their Ace specs. This is really helpful, especially in matchups such as Dragapult, which wants to use their Unfair stamp to immediately get rid of all of our cards. This helps us stay moving and slows down the opponent. Now for our supporters, we have 4 Crispin to accelerate some energy, 3 Arven to search out items and tools, 1 Iono to disrupt as well as reset our hand, 4 Boss's Orders for all the Gustin we can do. For our tools, we've got a Rescue Board, we've got a Future Booster Energy Capsule to help boost Iron Hand's attack, an XP Share to pull some energy off of our active getting knocked out to help set up maybe a Pikachu or an Iron Hands who needs it, a Bravery Charm to give someone a little bit extra HP, and then the Power Blast, which is another situational ad that I could see being cut. Leaving this on your active Pokemon during Pokemon Checkup after you've attacked, you can pull an energy back from your discard pile and attach it to the Pokemon. This is usable pretty much only on Pikachu, since Pikachu attacks and discards energy. There are some other places I could see using it, potentially in tandem with the XP share on non-Pikachus in the active. Definitely is a situational ad. For our items, we've got the Prime Catcher for more Gust, we've got 3 Pokegears to search out our supporters, a Night Stretcher for recovery, 4 Nest Balls, and 3 Ultra Balls for helping get Pokemon out and setting up our board state. We've got 1 Earthen Vessel to search out the energy, and the energy we are using are 5 Electric and Grass, and then 2 Psychic and 2 Metal energy. That's the deck. Let's go see how it performs. All right, first match here. With Joltik Box, we do want to go second as it allows us to immediately Jolting charge. We can go first, and it's not terrible, but it depends on the matchup. If we go first against a big basic like Raging Bolt, they're going to take their 2 prizes pretty quickly, and we're going to be left in the dust. So you're just hoping we can go second. Hopefully they choose to go first, but a lot of decks do prefer to go second now, so we will go first. But we'll see if we can climb our way out of it. Okay, this isn't a terrible opening hand since we do have the Future Booster Energy Capsule, so I think we will throw hands out there, potentially putting Genesect out. We will attach the Future Booster immediately to give us the a leg up. Now, since they do have the Latias EX out, it kind of makes me think this will be a Pikachu-style attack. So I don't really want to put Steel Energy here if I don't have to. So we're just going to end our turn. There's no way we can. I mean, it would take a lot for this to dong. We don't know what it is. It could have been worth putting down the Genesect. Okay, so this is Hop. If we're playing in person, if we're playing in an actual thing, we're always going to bench that second Pokemon, especially going first, because there are a lot of decks that can donk us when we only have 1 in the active. Raging Bolt being an easy one that could donk. But since we're playing on live, I think it's okay to only put down 1. They are going to get a big attack off here, because they have the Arven to get Hop's Choice Band. which will allow them, I think right now with the Snorlax, they're hitting for 90 damage, which is pretty good for them. Pretty bad for us. We do have Pokegear in hand, so hopefully we're able to search out an Arven, if not just straight up top decking an Arven. Alright, now they're hitting for 120 thanks to Nosedive. I actually really do like Hob Zacian. I think it is a fun deck. The Monkey Dory is going to be a little annoying, but I don't think for the most part we're really going to leave a lot of damage on the field. So it shouldn't super matter. We do top deck the Joltik, which is nice. We can play down Joltik, retreat into Joltik, and at least charge up hands. Or we can also Ultra Ball to get something else. I don't know how much of a deal Galvantula is going to do here. 180 damage I don't think is really going to ever matter here. Especially because Zacian is resistant. So I think we can throw away the Galvantula. I don't really want to throw away the Steel Energy, so I think we might just end up tossing the Genesect themselves. The reason being, we know their Ace-Spec is Prime Catcher. It would be great to have the Prime Catcher turned off. But I don't know, because if I can't pull, if I can't pull Arven, Crispin doesn't really matter. Let's go with the Crispin here. Let's get rid of the Crispin. We might come to regret that. We'll grab. So here's the thing: since they can put down that damage, they are going to hit this damage onto Pikachu pretty quickly, which is going to be a little annoying. It is going to break Pikachu's Resolute Heart. But overall, shouldn't be a huge deal. All of our Crispins are here, so we aren't going to be totally punished for that. But there is still a case where we are. We could grab also the Bravery Charm if we hit an Arven, and go ahead and put up our Genesect, which I'm not totally against. Not totally against that. Go ahead and grab out both Pikas. We are going to have to dedicate this Steel Energy, though, to Joltik, which I'm not overly fond of. Okay, and we do not hit an Arven, which is fine. I think we might just put the boss in hand, just to have it. We'll put the boss in hand, because there is a world where... There's a world where we could charge up hands and deal with this Monkey Dory. But if they boss me next turn, they just kill hands and all my energy goes away. So I don't think we do that just yet. Actually, let's look at what energy we have available to us. Our other metal energy is prized. That's not great. That is not great. So I think we do have to... Here's what we're going to do. We're going to hope for the best. We're going to hope for the best. That's what we're going to do here. We're going to see what they have. If they have boss, it's kind of just scoop. Man, I really hate that we had to dedicate this single Steel Energy, but we're okay. They do kill our Joltik, which puts that Steel Energy in the discard, so we can get it back off of our Night Stretcher. Very surprising, though, they put it on Miriadon and not onto the Pikachu. It is going to suck, though, because we are immediately going to die here, so hopefully that wasn't the top deck I was hoping for. That wasn't the top deck I was hoping for. I was really hoping for XP share top deck. Yeah, we're not in a good spot here. We are not in a good spot here. Actually, I was considering putting down the Joltik. But the Joltik, they can just snipe. And that fixes their math. So let's not put down the Joltik. Let's not be stupid here. Let's not be dumb here. Let's just go for an amp. Take our 2 prizes. Get their monkey off the board. But here's the thing. Like I was saying, they immediately just take out my hands. I was hoping to pull the Steel Energy. We have Latias, so we can at least... They'll kill here. We'll promote whoever. We'll play down Latias. We'll tandem unit out Joltik. We'll retreat into Joltik. We'll attach the basic energy. Never mind. Okay, alright. What do we get instead? Got back the Genesect. That's fun. So we do have the Power Glass, so we could Power Glass, leave Pikachu inactive, and just pass. We also have Nest Ball, so we can still Nest Ball Latias and still do all that, just we don't have any energy. We just don't have any energy. I'm really surprised they aren't trying to put any damage onto the Pikachu. I would think they would want damage on the Pikachu. We might want to nest for Fez. Right now we don't have a lot to use here. Okay, 2 nests. That makes this easier. And then we'll use our last bench space for the Joltik. Right? Yes. Alright. Do we want to go ahead and grab Joltik before we flip the script then? Because we are going to take a turn to Joltik. Yeah, we have to. We have to take a turn to Joltik. So let's go ahead and Tandem Unit out Joltik before we flip the script. One less card we can pull. We need energy. We don't get energy, but we do get Night Stretcher. We also get Arven, so we can actually grab XP Share, which is nice. So grab Grass Energy off of that. We'll attach there. Treat here with Arven. For XP Share. Maybe even Pokegear to try and hopefully gear next turn for Crispin. Because we have the energy to attach to both of them here. We'll Power Glass here, XP Share the other. Oh shoot. That doesn't give us our Steel energy back. That doesn't give us our Steel energy back, so we can't attack. Well... Or we Power Glass Joltik. Hold up a second. Hold up a second. Hold up a second. I'm cooking. I'm cooking. I'm cooking. I'm cooking here. We just gotta talk it through, you know? Just gotta talk it through. And we grab back that Metal Energy with the Power Glass. So once they kill her, I mean, they could still get us around this. If they kill this when it's on the bench, it does not activate the XP Share. The XP Share only activates from the active. So if they, for whatever reason, Hyper Blower me here, then that Metal Energy will not get triggered off the XP Share off the kill here, which is exactly what they're going for. So we are not cooking. Well, we were cooking. They just cooked harder. They just cooked harder. That's unfortunate there. They're probably going to kill the Joltik. I don't know why they wouldn't, because it's just free 30 damage. Sad days. And we have no way to get energy to attach here, so our new play here is find Bloodmoon. Okay, we found Bloodmoon. And do we want to kill Zacian, or do we want to kill, like, Pheasant Dipping? They have a 9-card hand. I don't really think they do anything. Let's get rid of the Crispin, get rid of the Genesect. Genesect doesn't really do anything for us at this point. Grab Bloodmoon. Lay down Bloodmoon. Attach an energy. Pokegear for Iono. And then we Prime Catcher Fez. Throw up Bloodmoon. Iono them to 2 cards. No Pheasant Dippy for draw. You get an okay hand. Actually, Leaves is really solid here. Leaves is really solid here, depending on what they play down. But Leaves is only really solid if we have board space, and the only way we get, or bench space, the only way we get bench space is if they kill us. So we don't want that. So we don't want that at all. I think we're still cooked. I think we're still cooked. The fact that we didn't pull the Steel energy still, pulling the Metal energy really would have fixed this. I don't think there's really much else we can do. I mean, we'll of course retreat into the Pikachu, and just they'll have to have Gust per game. They have a Blood Moon, all their own. This really comes down to our opponent bricking. That is, and I don't think that, oh, they had boss in hand? What? You had, what? You had game. What? They had boss in hand, just boss Latias. I'm so confused on, okay. I'm so confused on this one. I'm really confused on this one. Fair Stamp. Does this play on Fair Stamp? I could have sworn it was a Prime Catcher. Yeah, I'm real confused on why they threw away their boss instead of winning the game. Real confused on that, chat. Boss doesn't really do anything here for us because, I mean, like, who are we gonna boss? They can just free retreat with Latias. Off the Pokegear, we do get an Arven. I don't think Arven does much for us other than get us a Bravery Charm. But I don't feel like the Bravery Charm, again, really does much for us. Yeah, I don't think the Bravery Charm really does much for us. We'll still put it there for fun. Yeah, because they're still in range of the 120. Yeah, so it does nothing. Alright, let's see if they whiff the boss again. What a misplay from them. What a misplay from them. But if we would have just had the Metal Energy, we would have won this game had we pulled the Metal Energy off of the prize cards, because Earth and Vessel would have gotten it for us. Crispin would have gotten it. Crispin actually wouldn't have, because we would have needed to... No, we actually wouldn't have needed to boss, because they left Hop inactive. Are you about to Professor's Research again? No way, Professor's... I think they were trying to get boss. Arven! Okay, so I think we just win. Unless there's math I'm not seeing, I think we just win. Because we have boss in hand, they have no way to disrupt. We just retreat into Bloodmoon. Wow, GG's off of their mistake. Thank you for the mistake. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the throw. It's Joltik Box, but Joltik Box is not even having all of its pieces it needs. It is definitely, I think, a deck that does better in a best-of-3 format. Because if it does brick, it does brick real hard. In game 2, hoping to win that coin flip. Heads gets the bread. Surely, right? It doesn't. It doesn't. But they're still going to let us go second. Alright. Alright. They're really thinking this one through. Okay. Let's go. We have to go second. Alright, give us a clean opening hand. Not terrible. Not terrible. Because we can Miriadon out for stuff. Just Miriadon could be stuck in active. Alright, this could be Raging Bolt, which is bad for us. It could be Terra Box. It could be, I think, Flareon Box also plays Ogre Pawn, or Eevee Box. Which I'm not super... I don't love the Eevee Box matchup either. Okay, no, it is Raging Bolt. Probably a Fan Rotom here. Or a Squawkabilly. Squawkabilly, I guess, also makes sense. I do like that Squawk on there. So what we're thinking for this matchup, how this matchup is kind of going to work for us, because like I said, this is a bad matchup for us. Primarily because they can recover pretty easily. It's really going to be one of those situations of who can take the first prize card, the first 2 prize cards to start the 2-2-2 prize race. We will leave a Joltik active, which is nice, but they are able typically to boss or prime catcher up and take a 2-prizer. Or use Raging Bolt Baby to snipe out some stuff, but I'm not too concerned with the snipe from the Baby Bolt. It doesn't really do a ton. They also aren't playing down any owls, so is this an owlless Raging Bolt? Interesting. Interesting. Lily's Clefairy also comes into play here, hitting with its ability Fairy Zone to turn all Dragon Pokemon weak to Psychic. So Lily's Clefairy for 2 energy, basically a Crispin power-up. We do have 1 Psychic Energy, does the work for us. We do have a Metal Energy prized. We can grab the rescue board from the Arven, or we could grab a Nest Ball and get down Laddie. I'm trying to think who I want to power up. I guess just Pikachu. Or we could power up Iron Hands. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Do we want a Nest Ball? So that way we can get future Booster Energy Capsule out? Nest Ball for Laddie? Oh, Pokegear. That might be better, so that way we can also get out of active the following turn. That might be better. Toss you up, you get that, you get that. We could throw away Boss. We could throw away Boss Energy, because I kind of do want to get Pikachu down. Just so I have a second option of an attacker. And just go ahead and attach... or that way attach the XP share to them. Yeah, I think we toss the Boss. This might be really overplaying our hand, but like I said, this is a tough matchup for us. So I really want to make sure we're doing the most that we can. It's unlikely that they are going to Iono us, which is rough since we're going to have a 1-card hand. But they do need Boss, and since they attached energy here, they would need a Professor Sada. They're going to go for Pokemon Catcher. Okay, so this is the Azul build. A lot of Poke Catchers. No Owls. So they still do need Sada. Or Crispin. Or Crispin. Okay. We get to attack back with Pikachu, which is nice. Because the XP share will pull an energy for us. I was just thinking maybe they didn't get there, but why did they choose to go first? This build should be going second. They should have went second with this setup. There's no reason why this setup should have chosen to go first. Alright. That's fine, I guess. No energy on the field, which is nice. We are going to Crispin here, which will get us an attack. I'll probably put down another Pikachu. I'm just double checking Metal and Grass. I did make the correct choice. No, actually, it didn't matter. It's 2-2. Alright, Metal and Grass. And we do get an attack back. Doesn't matter the order of attachal. We do lose all of our energy here, meaning next turn we don't really have much of an attack. Next turn we really have nothing really prepared. Kind of what I'm thinking for next turn is that we will be using Clefairy potentially to attack. We need Clefairy and Crispin. So I'm assuming they're probably going to have another Bolt up, but it could just be Baby Bolt that they throw up. And they just do some damage to our Pikachu to break the Resident Heart. Probably grabbing Fez here. They're probably choosing between Fez and another maybe Teal Mask or Koraidon. Okay, Koraidon does hit for weakness, but the Resolute Heart ability does still stop it. So that's why this matchup is so bad. I mean, Raging Bolt can set up a lot of damage, but Slitherwing, which they didn't pull out, Slitherwing can hit Pikachu for only 2 fighting energy, hit for weakness, and then leave Pikachu burn for them to die during checkup, meaning you can't make use of Bezendipity. So it is kind of interesting that they pulled out Koraidon instead of Slitherwing. Slitherwing definitely would have been a better pull here. I personally don't think Koraidon is very good in this. Like, if you're using Baby Bolt, because Koraidon just hits for, if one of your other ancient Pokemon uses an attack during your last turn, you do 180 damage. When would I want to do 180 damage for 2 energy when I can't just either use Thunderbolt Sturm to do 60 to snipe a bench, or use an actual Raging Bolt, or instead of just use Slitherwing, and probably, I don't know, I just don't think Koraidon is worth it. I could be wrong. There could be matchups it's fine in, but I don't know. I feel like there's just, if you're using the Baby Raging Bolt, I feel like that's just better to put energy onto, because you can snipe the bench. Which they could snipe the bench here and take out my Joltik and really ruin my day. Really ruin my day. Because right now my current option is, or my current thought for next turn is retreat into Joltik attack. But it looks like they are going to do a Koraidon. Hit 180. For weakness, but it doesn't burn, so I still survive it. Unless they have Boss, which they can Boss Miraidon, which is also fighting weakness, and kill Miraidon. But they can't Boss because they used Professor Sada. And I don't think... did they already Prime Catcher? They didn't, right? No. Prime Catcher would have been their other option to get an attack, to get their attack off. Bloodmoon, not very helpful. Bloodmoon could be helpful later, though, so I don't want to get rid of them. I think I will Earthen Vessel Joltik away. Our other Steel Energy is prized. All 3 of these energy we can get off the Joltik, so that sucks. Oh, that sucks. That sucks so badly. Wow. Wow, that's rough. Again, this is when I just think I lose. It's not over till it's over, though. Not over till it's over. It's feeling pretty over, though. But we'll see what they have. They have a 7-card hand, but they weren't able to boss last turn. They could go Raging Bolt Baby and snipe the bench and kill Pikachu for just 1 more energy, for just an electric energy, which honestly would probably be their best bet. Or they could Pokegear. I don't think Boss is really worth anything here. But Professor Sada, get electric energy. What energy is in their discard, though? Electric and Grass, yeah. Tough matchup, and we even had the benefit of going second, which kind of fixed some of our math. We'll see what they go for their attaching here. Surely they see the line. And if they do, I still need a boss to be able to do anything since I lost my future booster energy capsule. And I really shouldn't have committed until we were able to make an attack. It was probably bad on me to commit. Basically for... I swear... What? Bye, Iron Hands. Bye, bud. Oh. What are you doing? Why are you wasting all of your... You should have killed my Iron Hands. Do you not know Thunderburst Storm can snipe the bench? What? What are you doing? I'm so confused. The only reason you would want this inactive is so you could do... Why are you hitting Dragon Headbutt? You don't discard off this. I'm so confused. Okay. Pheasant Dippy, give me a boss, please, so that way I can still play. I don't think it matters super much, because then they just bring out Koraidon and kill. So I don't think it matters a lot, but with the way they're playing, they might just miss it. So I guess there's a chance. Or... I think we actually arm press and kill Koraidon. I think that's our win con. But I mean, then they only need 1 energy for Teal Mask. 30, 60, 90, 120. 122. I mean, Teal Mask needs 1 energy and it kills Iron Hands. But I think that's still better. I think that's still better. Right? Surely that's better. All my energy's gone, so I don't think it's worth Night Stretching. Yeah. Next, yeah, I don't think that's worth Night Stretching for energy. We just go for the Arm Press here for the knock. Basically, what we need to win here is Boss's Orders, and they win a turn. But they put up Teal Mask. I mean, it's going to be so easy for them to get this win here. They have 11 cards in their hand. They get to flip the script. There's no way they miss this win. Earth and Vessel, yeah, that's just the game there. That's just the game there. That is just it. Tough, tough, tough. Why are you Crispin? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you being a dick? Just put me out of my misery. That's enough damage right there. That is enough. They just really want to be sure. They just really want to play through their actions. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. Why are you flipping the script? Okay. There you go. You don't get to press your button. You don't get to press your button. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. It's like when you have the win, just take the win. I get it. Maybe you want to see fully what you can do, but it's just a waste of both of our time. It's the Joltik Box. 2 interesting matches to show you just a little bit of how it can play and interact. But I'd love to know from you down in the comments down below. Have you played the Joltik Box? Have you played against the Joltik Box? And what your overall thoughts of this deck is. Do you think it's fantastic? What do you dislike about my build? I'd love some feedback on it. I think there is a world where this could do really well at NAIC, but if Raging Bolt continues to run around, and I absolutely think Raging Bolt will continue to run around, it is a tough match for this deck and will make it difficult to progress just smashing into it. And it's not an auto lose, but it's a tough one to get through. But I hope you all enjoyed this. If there's any other decks you want to see me play through, let me know in the comments down below. I still haven't checked out the Ends deck. I haven't even played it at all. I still need to look at it. So if there's a deck you want to see me go through, let me know in the comments down below. But thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like on the video, and I will see you in the next one.